Happy National Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day.
I'm reading the comments. Grumps is in here and Tucci's in here, and I'm like, hello, everyone.
What's up, y'all?
Oh,
Hi.
they're coming in now.
How are y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, I like the new shades there, E.
Yeah.
Very Coachella of you. Were you there this past weekend?
I've had these. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad.
These are my
Hi,
normal.
Sarah.
This is my normal attire.
Who knew I never paid
Yeah,
attention?
I actually can't see anything with these on. It's crazy.
Get down. Go.
Imagine that.
I like them. I think you should keep them. It does have the Coachella vibes from this weekend. So
it does. I didn't think about that. So
come
I'm
on,
jealous.
you're the music festival guy.
They have some really cool art stuff at Coachella. Have you seen like the art exhibits that they have? They have these giant like flower things, and
everybody's wasted. They got to have some bright colors for people to look at. They're all on.
It's all that's dominated our feed. If you go on Instagram or TikTok or anything, it's just
jealous. He's not at Coachella. Listen to Travis Scott.
I was gonna go, but
yeah, we know, Rock. It's right up your jam.
That would be the last place I go.
Oh my gosh!
So, how was everyone's week?
It's good.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Don't sound so enthusiastic, guys. It's hump day. It's almost over.
So today was my Thursday, and tomorrow's my Friday because I don't work on Friday.
So there you go. So even better for B.
Yeah.
Today is my Saturday, but then every day is.
The retired life. I'm jealous.
Yeah, must be nice.
It is nice.
Okay, Rock. Whatever, man.
It is nice. I'm just trying to give you guys something to look forward to when you get old.
Yeah, well,
that's all. I'm just trying to look out for you guys.
We'll probably still be paying off our house and I'll have to work when I'm 80. So that's just.
We're feeling really optimistic today.
Yeah, it's quite the positive day.
Thank God, Priscilla's coming in here.
Right. She's going to be the beam of sunshine we all needed in our life this week. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, what's up, D? What's up, Sarah?
I mean, I know it was tax day yesterday, but it's over, guys. We paid let's go, move forward.
I got mine done early because I kept stressing about it. I'm like, if I just get it done, I won't stress. So I'm
surprised I didn't get a text from Rock like, come on, guys, your taxes are due tomorrow. Come on, guys, you got to get those in. You got those in?
Hey, I'm looking out for you guys.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to keep an eye on you guys.
We stayed up till like 2 a.m. on Monday morning, essentially doing taxes. So, but we got them in.
I just filed for extension. It's easier that way.
No, I thought
I'll deal with it in October.
I found a loophole, so I actually got money back.
Hey, gotta love the
don't say that. Don't say that on live.
It's okay. They can come out.
No, we can edit that out, guys.
If there's any CPAs in the audience, just disregard Rock's comment. He found no loopholes.
It's fine.
What's up, Smitty? Hi, Rydeen.
What's up, Rydeen?
It's man.
Look what I got.
Oh, that's fun.
I got a rainbow space molly, and I'm obsessed with it.
Nice. Did you get it in a stream or did you buy it, or how did you come about that?
Actually, we had a secret. This is a secret in Series 3. Okay. And we had a secret for Series 2, and we traded somebody that had a secret for Series 3 so that way, because my husband loves me a lot. So
by way of trade. There you go.
I'm so pumped.
I'm digging the glasses. I really do like them. Yeah, that's got you.
I just want to let y'all know that I really can't see much. So if you're talking,
they're not distracting at all. It doesn't like blind the screen or anything. You're fine.
But it's the price we pay for fashion.
He's living up to he's living up to his rock star status now.
Oh my gosh! Hi, Irish.
So what? I mean, you showed one pickup this week. What? Anybody get anything fun or pick up anything neat this week?
Did you get
a couple weeks actually? We took the first show off April because we're all so busy. But so it's been actually a couple weeks since we've been live.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't really gotten any like big pieces except for the super plastic. With all that the fiasco that happened. We got some pieces from there, and I did get one surprise favorite, which is here. Let me grab it.
I didn't even. After that whole thing that makes super plastic figures worthless. I
actually like this figure. It's crazy, but
I didn't buy anything
for detailed.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Right. And the thing is it was an NFT drop, and there was only 30 minutes that you could buy this when it dropped.
Yeah, so you got that on the 89% discount?
Yeah, I think it retailed for $222, and I got it for like 30, I think.
Yeah. Now, see, that's a good pickup. But
it glows.
Super plastic. If we want to talk about that, we can chat about that too. But they've stepped on themselves way too much. They're done. So.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit after, but let's switch to a positive vibe, because one thing we haven't talked about, because we haven't been on since, was Rock. You had your big Kohai Toys show at the very end of March.
Yeah,
that was you did a great job. Let's talk about, because there's still some pieces available, and I think this Friday is like the last day that the pieces can be seen in the store, right?
Yeah, you want to pull it up real quick, E, or somebody pull it up? I tell you what, Cooper did such a great job. Like when I got there on Saturday, he had the whole thing set up. Like everything was set up, everything was ready to go. I didn't have to do anything. So yeah, he killed it. The facility's really nice. I didn't think it was going to be that big at all, and it was huge in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it went really well. Like the second it started, their pieces were selling. So I don't know how many pieces are left, but
we're going to look right now.
I know my Deadbolt is still available. But I know we sold about half, or a little bit more than half.
Yeah, so I really like this one. This is it's a homage to the movie Midsummer. It's really detailed. You got to see it in person.
In person, it's insane. All these in person are just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. TJP sold out. He's in the chat.
Yeah, Ditto sold.
Ditto sold.
I like this one too.
Oh yeah, that one was cool. So Creepy Monsters is still available. DXC's is still available. RWK's is still available.
Cape Country Toys.
There's some really good ones left in there, guys. And they're just going to go back to the artists if they don't sell. So
Juju's. Manny Cartoon Studio. Murder Bird. So yeah, there's a lot of really amazing pieces still. Playfuls.
Reds is still available. That thing in person is so different than what the pictures show.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it look like wood?
Yeah, and it feels like wood.
Really?
Can we take that out too? But it looks like it.
Oh my God! I see what he's saying.
The texture, like it's so cool the way what he did.
Oh my God!
Well, I'll tell you, seriously, Rock. I think Super Cooper, Kohai Toys, you guys did a great job of this. The platforms, very fun to work on. Thank you for inviting me. That was my first ever custom toy show that I was in, so that was very cool.
That can go in the trivia.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that was a neat platform, and I think as you can see by all the amazing pieces that people came up with, so much room for creativity, ingenuity, and just so many different themes. Like you didn't really get anybody that stepped on anyone else's toes with any of the themes. It was so crazy.
No, and they did really good too. Like everybody just went crazy.
Well, this is a great transition. Let's keep this one up, because we've got an amazing guest on tonight. I'm going to let EB Rock, one of you guys. I think B, you're the one that secured this, so why don't you go ahead and intro this guest and let's bring it on.
So it's our huge honor to introduce an artist that's one of my personal favorites, Priscilla, and I should have asked her how to pronounce her last name because I think it's Is it Marquez or Marquez?
I think it's Marquez.
Okay, well, I didn't want to sound super Caucasian when I said it.
Well, you did.
You did.
It's
fine.
How do you pronounce her last name?
Okay, you introduce her then.
Hey, be proud, B. Be proud, girl.
I love it, B. You're doing great.
Be proud.
So without further ado, the amazing and talented Priscila Marquez.
Hello.
Hi, Priscilla.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, according to you in Siri, it is Marquez. So, but it's Marquez. But you still kind of got it right. Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, you have a new. We have a kind of a knack for renaming people. So you're now Marquez.
Don't use that one. No.
No, you're not, Priscilla. No, you're not.
I totally Frenched her name. Marquez.
Yeah.
I like it. It sounded fancy as hell.
It did. I was like, oh, who's that?
So Priscilla, I know that most of the people in the room probably know you here, but we're gonna have people that watch this on demand. There could be some people that maybe aren't as familiar with you as many of us, but for those people that don't really know you or your background, why don't you start there? Tell us who you are and where did the art journey begin?
Oh, so I am Priscila Marquez. Social media platforms, you can find me under Priscilla's Arte. And it's just Priscilla's Art with an E at the end.
So how do you say that? Say that again. That sounds really like fancy.
You could say Arte or Arte.
I like it.
Priscilla's Arte.
Yeah. See, you got that one. See, don't take her Latin card away.
No, come on. I think it was just the pressure that got to her. That's what it was. It's all good.
I crumbled under pressure.
Me too. So, yeah, how do we unpackage that? So I have been doing art since I was little baby. So I think the earliest memory I remember I would doodle all the time. And my mom had this roller skate that she held on to, and it was hideous. And she was so proud of it because it was 3D, a roller blade, not a roller skate. And so, yeah. And so, I don't know. I just forever, I started in drawing, sketching, and then got into canvas work. I didn't get into designer toys until maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. So it's kind of always been there.
Well, you killed this piece. The piece that's on the screen right now. Let's just jump ahead a little bit because we're going to definitely learn about the path that got you to where you're at today. But I mean, I was blown away when I saw this piece. I know Rock got to see it in person. I'm sure E and B share the same sentiment. Holy cow! You turned it into like an actual Lego. How did you even do that?
I feel like it's a lot different than how you like your usual style as well, right? I mean,
it is. Well, so when I first seen the platform and I seen his hands, that was the first thing I saw. I was like, I need to make a Lego character, and it was between. I was juggling concepts, and this one. I just had to. I had to do the good cop, bad cop, especially the erasable side of his face.
Seeing it in person was and nailed it right on the head that this wasn't what I expected from you. Like, this is totally different because you've done other shows of mine and you just killed the detail and all this, but this was just so many people and like I had to show him that the head was like turned. And once I showed them that, they went nuts. Like, it was like,
so I didn't get that only one side is erasable. Okay, so I was like, I wouldn't want to touch the face because I'd be worried that I would mess up what she drew. So our friend Dondo, actually got this piece.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I haven't seen it in person yet, but I'm gonna steal it from him. I think eventually.
Well, as a Lego lover all my life, when I saw it, it just spoke to me. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, it was so creative. I love the concept. It was amazing.
Thank you, guys. I do feel like I go through phases, and so sculpting is something that I was really missing. And so I sculpted a lot on this piece, and then a piece that's coming up for Friday's show, I did a lot of sculpting. So I was just deprived of the sculpting. So the helmet, everything, pretty much, I redid all of it.
Yeah, that's
great. Amazing.
So
there's
good.
the back side is awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that piece in person. So you started doing artwork as a kid, and then kind of transition. Okay, you've gotten a little bit older. Where did you do any like formal training for art? Did you go to school for art? Like, what were your next like steps to kind of get to where you are now?
So my formal training, I guess, would be in cosmetology. Growing up, yeah. So, I mean, I would draw a lot, I would paint a lot, and I would experiment with all the colors and paints, but it was always on canvas or on, sketchbooks. And so as I started to learn color theory, going into cosmetology school, which I've been doing it for 20 years.
Wow.
Going into that, I got to see the complementary colors and how in hair, if you're going, for example, if you want to go from blonde to dark, you have to incorporate certain types of color. So color theory kind of tied it all together. And so, even though I was doing it as a hobby, I wasn't really interested in incorporating it or even following a career in it until way later.
So do you still do cosmetology?
Mm-hmm.
So you do that, is that's like your job, full-time job, and then you do art on the side, or?
No, so I do freelance. I'll do weddings, I'll do makeup, I'll do like Halloween events. Yeah, so I'll do formals and yeah. So, but do have a day job in addition to all of that. So I'm just all over the place.
Well, we'd like you to do our makeup for Decon. Is that possible? Can we?
There you go.
Can we hire you out for that?
What are we doing? How are we paying?
Well,
let's do
dittos in the permanent paint with the yellow, like it looks like a Lego. Let's do the yellow.
Yeah.
Because he always wears the hat, so you can do the cop hat. We can recreate.
Can even get the race one side of my face or turn it around.
Yep, let's do it.
Oh, that's so fun. Well, that's a really interesting like segue into how you got involved, like the color theory thing. I've never thought about it from like a hair standpoint, but you're right. Like that definitely, so then to be able to, see it with art and see it with, that's a really cool link.
I'm looking forward to having somebody to be a makeup artist. Well, have we had a makeup artist in the creatives yet? But like, I know, what's her name? Why am I drawing a blank? Paparazzi does that, but I don't know if her art was that on the card.
Yeah.
So so that's awesome. You guys do crazy.
Yeah.
There was
she's actually
I
got you. Okay.
Priscilla, I don't know if you've seen this, and I don't remember what the name of it was, but there was like a reality type, not a reality, but like a competition where they were body painters.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a challenge, and then whoever won the challenge would move on. And some of the paint that they use on people that they could recreated into something else was insane.
That was actually Rock's first gig, and how he got into art.
I was the model.
He was one of the models. Yes.
Yeah. I was the model back when I was 19.
That's hilarious.
So I guess fast forward a bit. I mean, you already knew Red before the Creative Series 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did y'all work? Do projects together, collabs? How did you get to know Red?
I met him through COVID. So we would do a lot of art, like live arts together. There was a whole bunch of us that would just kind of cycle in and out, and we would just be working. It was kind of like our therapy time and our socializing time. So all of us would get together and just hang out. And so I met him through there. Yeah, like 4 or 5, I don't know. A while ago.
It's crazy. It's been that long.
Feels like forever, right? And yesterday, all at the same time. It's so weird.
That's funny.
Smitty said, my first commission custom was Priscilla, Evil, Ghosty, Venom, Carnage. Cool.
That was really fun.
This piece right here in front of me, this is a collab with Priscilla and Son of a Saint. And I think this is probably the first, like, just one of the first ones I actually saw your this besides the cards themselves, but this is wild. There's a glare.
That's what pops it. That picture there is what pops up to my head every time I think of Priscilla's cards or whatever. Like, I think of that before I think of her card.
Oh my gosh. And I have to speak to it. Is Saint in here? If he's not,
he is sometimes.
He's not, but we talk bad about him all the time. Go ahead.
So, when we first decided to collab, everything was just flying on the seat of your chair. How do you say it?
Yeah.
Your pants.
Seat of your pants.
Thank you. Yeah, I never know the sayings. Yeah, there we go. So when Red proposed the pop-up in New York, Saint and I were like, we have to make something happen. We have to do something together. And so we were just rushing to get it done. And so the last time I spoke about it, I was talking about the corrections that had to be made. So I want to just kind of air it out and say that the corrections that had to be made had to do with my upper half, because it's supposed to be modeled after me. And I kept telling him, go bigger. And he's like, what are you talking about? And so, yeah, so that's kind of like lifelike.
You want it accurate.
Yeah.
So what do you mean?
You're like saying I'm not an A cup.
Yeah. And so last time I was talking about the hands. And he was like, the hands, DK, the hands. I was like, no, okay. So
I just love the hands are really dope. I love the hands, and then the creatives tat right there.
Yeah.
Now, do you actually have that tat?
No, but this tattoo right here on the face, Freaky Kiss Designs has that. She legit got it. She was like, I need to be the first one to get it. And she did.
I might get it.
Wow.
Should I get that? I might get that now.
I think you should.
I think I might.
Or the creatives on your stomach, either one.
Hey.
Or all of it. Go for all. You're going to go big. That's what I say.
You know, now that you said that about the cosmetology thing, I mean, both of these have paint on, you know, the face and their makeup. I guess I just never even thought about that, but that's so cool. I love that.
This is why we love talking to the artists every episode, because we literally learn new things about these people, even some that we've known for a couple of years. It's great because I don't think any of us
would have been blown away if she said I met Red in cosmetology school. That would have been great.
Let's change the narrative again.
That's what I was going for, but it's
let's go. Red Cosmo school. I like that. I think that's perfect. Yeah.
So then fast forward a little bit to the whole toy journey. So do you remember your first toy that you customized?
Well, when I created it, I didn't know I was customizing a toy. So my daughter wanted this crazy decoration for her cake, and it was supposed to be mermaid theme. So I did the fondant, I did the full sculpture. It was 3-tiered, and she needed a cake topper. And so I made her a mermaid. And so that was my first on a money, and I didn't even know. I was like, "Oh, this looks cool. I'll do something on that."
Wow,
that's cool. That is really cool.
Do you still have that?
No, that thing, it crumbled. It was made out of polymer, so it was.
Somebody ate it. It was a cake topper, right?
I think your first custom was a money, also.
Let's not talk about custom.
Oh.
No, it's horrible. Do
you still have it?
It's not even a custom.
I want to see. Because I'm going to show you guys, I have show and tell content here, and I'm going to show you my first resin casting, and it is terrible. But I was so proud of it. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Well, hers, she erased it. She tried to scratch everything off of it. So
with a paper towel, it was spray paint. Okay. So I did spray paint on this money. And then I was like, oh, I don't like that color. So I went back over it with another color. And then I was like, oh, I messed it up. And I took a paper towel and I tried to wipe it all off. And then we kept it because it was a good, okay, there's a long way to go. This is rock bottom and we're going to learn from here. But yeah, so, you know, and it's interesting you just said that about the clay for your first piece, because you do a talk show on Sunday mornings when you interview artists. And was it Big C that was talking about how his least favorite medium is clay?
I think it said polymer clay.
Polymer clay, because it doesn't last for a long time. And I heard you kind of be like, whoa, let's, because I do like so. But I had honestly never thought about the fact that type of, clay and sculptures don't, unless you do it correctly,
Yeah, it plays a huge part. That piece, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So either I underbaked it, or the temperature wasn't right, or it was too thin. I think that's what it was, because it was the fin was made out of polymer. And so I feel like that played a huge part in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do have some polymer pieces that have lasted forever, for a long time. Like my girls made little things, and I learned how to after that.
Yeah. We also have your 101 from Series 2, which is really dope. I love this.
Yeah, we are the lucky owners of that. Thanks to Savage Pops. He actually gifted that to us because he knew what huge fans we were.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was our first 101. No, our second 101 piece, or first? I can't remember.
It was our first, but the second that we... Yeah.
It was really cool. So how did you... So now, do you do your own resin pieces?
Yes.
Okay. So you transitioned from clay to then kind of moved over to resin. And do you do that primarily now?
I do both. So I'll cast and I'll print and I'll sculpt 101s. So kind of all of it.
I'm trying to think what my favorite piece or the custom from you is, because I just like your painting is super detailed and intricate. And I think it's that chomp that I put in the preview from today with the dragon on the back.
Those are more recent. That's one of your more recent drops, right? The chomps.
I did chomps a while ago. So I don't know if it was the one with the horns or was it the snake ones? Because the snake ones were recent.
It was the white and blue. or white and green. Maybe it was.
Yeah. Then those were maybe like, oh gosh, I'm terrible with timelines. I think they were like 3 or 4 years ago. They were a bit.
Wow. Okay.
And then I think you were just post them like through your favorites throughout the years. Mm-hmm. And then there was also the balloon dunny, which is crazy dope too.
The Arlux piece at NYCC was insane.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I'm like, put mine to the back, off to the side over there a little bit. So. Were you one of the? I don't remember. Were you one of the ones that did a bigger one, a 12-inch?
Yep.
Yeah, everything was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really dope.
And
everybody killed that show. That was amazing.
That show was amazing. It had a lot of good pieces. That platform is so dope too.
Yeah. And get ready for the newer platform. I just got some of those in. I'm going to try to distribute those to some people, but it's even better than what they had.
Well, so last year, I don't recall what show it was, but they had gun accessories. Is that the newer one?
Yeah, and it has newer ones. There's even a newer version now. So
yeah, gone crazy. That Nacho Libre with the corn, that was dope.
Yeah, they have a new version now, and they have so many in the works even. So they're gonna really kick it in this year, I think, for some of the shows. I'm excited for that.
Oh, the Dr. Plops one was fun. Yeah, Nacho, I actually have, because I keep whatever I cast, I keep a copy with me, or I keep, the prototype, essentially. And so I have the Nacho prototype here. I was thinking of bringing him over, but I didn't bring him over. Should I go
you said you have a little show and tell. Do you want to show off some of the history of Priscila Marquez and what you have here today?
Let me go grab Nacho really quick, though, if that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now I want nachos.
Let's sing a song while the intermission.
Well, B's our resident singer, so
she has to get Maya though.
So. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, then E. Then I think it defaults.
I'll just show this little dude because he's really dope.
He is dope.
Little piñata, I like him.
Yeah, go ahead.
He stays in the glow room.
I think we've all now had the pleasure of meeting Priscilla in person. I got to meet her a couple 2-3 years ago, whatever that was at 5 Points the first time, and then since then I've had the pleasure to meet her in person a few more times. Another 5 Points. I don't remember. Was she at? Oh no, she didn't make Collected Con in Chicago last year.
No.
And at Econ this past year and everything too.
Fun fact. She's from my hometown, where I grew up.
What?
Yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah. Do you guys talk landmarks that still exist? Like, so you can be like, are you over by the Quicken stop or something like that?
Well, I went to college. I lived there until college, and then I went in the Air Force and never went back. So a lot has changed since then.
That explains why you're not as cool as she is. But
that's true. That is 100%.
That is probably true. That is definitely a part of
it. Yeah. It's kind of hard to be that cool. But,
All right.
We got it's crazy.
We got show and tell time. I'm excited.
Okay, so before designer toys, kind of my first venture into, I guess, sculptures. I don't know if they would be classified as sculptures. It was spun cotton is what I used to do. And so I still try to incorporate them. And I did actually bring them for decon. So this is a little cake.
That's cool.
I love that.
He's dope. I like that. Nice. I like his little mouth. That's funny.
Yeah, he looks all.
So that's spun cotton?
Mm-hmm. Similar to paper mache, but just with cotton.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was fun. And so I went to the second piece I had in a show was at Woot Bear, and I was invited to participate in what was it called? Ladies of the Bay. So it was 3 Bay Area artists that were going to be featured in the show. And so it was like, I'm primarily a spun cotton artist. What am I going to contribute? So it kind of like hauled and rushed into everything that I could make happen. Huh?
Yeah, you can say it. It's fine. You're good.
Can I? Okay. And so I found a pretty dope platform by an artist in Spain because I wasn't familiar with anybody local. I didn't realize how many. There's still not a lot of designer toy artists over this way, but this was the first guy I found in Spain, and so I got 10 of these and I customized them and I cast my own bow. And this thing was not intended to look like wood, but it absolutely does. And so it's like super choppy. You can see it's not the smoothest.
Oh, the eyes are insane.
Yeah.
Was that your first cast?
So not this piece, the bow. Just
the bow. What was the bow? That was your first cast, right?
Mm-hmm. And I made a 2-part mold. I was so proud of it. They were hideous, and I didn't know how to use a Dremel, and so they were even worse. But I cleaned them up, and I love them. Like, they add character.
I like it. That's dope.
Dude, those eyes just are, that's insane.
And I guess that's resin, right? I mean, that was the piece.
Yes.
Never mind.
This piece is resin, and so he actually has hollowed out eyes because it's a skull, and I actually added the eyeballs and painted them and did all the line work. So cool. The line work, which I should have grabbed another show and tell. It actually, fun fact regarding my line work, I like to do a lot of pinstriping in my work, but it kind of started, or it stemmed from Ukrainian egg art that we do annually for Easter. And so it's a super cool technique. I didn't bring any of those with me, but essentially you're kind of repeating patterns. And so it was kind of like a blend of Day of the Dead, pinstriping, and the Ukrainian art style.
That is very cool.
Have you ever done any line work on cars, any pinstriping on cars and stuff?
Only a model car. I would love to do an actual car. Yeah, just a toy car.
I know there's a lot of, in that area, there's a lot of car clubs and stuff like that in San Jose that would be cool to do somebody's car. Not
you can pinstripe my Nissan. It's a Nissan Sentra.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I got like a soon to be 14-year-old Kia Optima. You can do that up if you want.
Let's go.
No, but Red, if you're in the chat, there you go. Creative's car show. There you go.
That would be wild.
Priscilla, I do want to ask questions though as you're showing some of the stuff, because you said you started, you've worked on a lot of mediums now. So how do you? I mean, it sounds like maybe some learning on the fly. I mean, how did you switch to? That's a big switch. To talk about that a little bit. Especially for artists that are out there that are like me, that are kind of up and coming and maybe haven't worked in a particular medium, and you kind of want to jump into that. You just jump in and figure it out, or did you have help from other artists?
Well, both actually. So before hair, my mom was doing hair. My mom's been licensed forever. She still does. And so I would be at the salon and I would be watching, and I'd be like, a teen, I could totally do that. And so my girlfriends, super naive, I'd be like, you want chunky highlights? You want chunky red highlights? Yes, I'll do it for you. And suckers, they would fall for it. And I would butcher their hair, and it was a disaster, but then I would keep learning. And so that's where I started to kind of learn a little bit of color theory. Okay, if I'm going to try and go red, I have to make sure this part, and in the hair, there's different heat levels that you have in different volumes. So I've always been the type to I've been, how do you say it? Imposter syndrome is kind of like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm not going to listen to you. And so even though it's in the back of my mind, even though I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out later. And as I go, and it's like, okay, well, I learned from that. Just like, this guy, I'm still super proud of it. Each time I go through something and I throw myself into it, I know that I've grown and I know that I've learned from it. And so next time, I'm a very much hard on myself, but at the same time, I do also give myself grace when it comes to knowing that, this is brand new to me. Like, I did tattoos, and the same thing. My girlfriends were like, "Oh, I want free tattoos." I'm like, "Sure, let's go." And
trial by fire.
That's been one of the key characteristics of just any successful artist, whatever you want to consider that, is not being afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Because I know with me, I'm just like, oh, I want to try that, and then I'm scared to try it, so I don't even try it. When I wish I was able to just go ahead and just hop in, and then, but now it's kind of easier because we have all these amazing artists in the community that are down to help.
That's what I love.
Red, it's really cool.
That's what I love about this community. And some of the other communities, it's not like that. Everybody gatekeeps. They don't want to share their stuff. Everybody that's in this community has really been very, very helpful.
Yeah.
The other thing too, that I'm sensing and hearing here too, is that takes a level of confidence to be able to just be like, I can do this. I'll figure it out. And I think that's something to be said, because a lot of people lack that confidence. So for you to just be like, chunky highlights, let's go, resin toy, come on, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like fades. When I was learning fades, I remember my cousin called me and he was like, you still practicing haircuts? He's like, somebody just got out of prison and needs a haircut before he goes to his interview. And I'm like, are you serious? And And he's like, yeah, just cut. And I was like, yeah, I got you. So it was super intimidating. So I think because I go through those experiences and I do fail and I see that, yeah, I failed. Yeah, it wasn't what I was envisioning, or it wasn't how I wanted it. I can do it again, you know?
Mm.
And so.
Yeah.
Did the guy get the job?
Oh, I don't even know. I was terrified. I didn't want to go back.
Now we need to know. We got to find out.
We're gonna have to find that out for the next episode. By the way, Chunky Highlights is my nickname. I'm gonna go with that.
That's a stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chunky Highlights. No, look at. I mean, Jim. Jim said it. Trying experiencing is the key to growing, and it really is. I mean, just kind of experimenting, getting that mad scientist hat on, going in the lab, right, the artist studio, and just kind of trying things, and that's pretty cool. Because a lot of people, everyone has a different journey, but I'm loving this because you're just so incredibly talented. But there's this natural talent that's just coming out, and we're learning so much because I wouldn't have known, all of it.
You know what blew my mind, and I don't think he would care for me to say this. If he does, well, oh well. Chris RWK, this last show, and I got his piece. I said, dude, this thing is amazing with the chrome. Like in person, the chrome look was just amazing. He goes, yeah, that's not really my thing. I don't really do toys. And I'm like, bro, you totally do toys. So he's even doubting himself. RWK, he's been doing it forever. In huge stages. And he's like, yeah, but I don't really, I don't do a lot of toys. So,
I mean, I think there's something to be said for that level of humility too, though. Cause that's, that comes with kind of just a humbleness and a likability factor too. I mean, you don't want somebody that's walking around all arrogant and cocky and like, I'm God's gift to whatever. I mean, you like that rooted, humility. And most of the people that we've met and talked to this day have it in spades, and that's I think why everyone gravitates toward them, because they're just not only are they talented, but beyond that, they're just great humans. So yeah, pretty cool.
Except that Geo guy, and that Geo is kind of cocky.
He's a little bit. Yeah, he kind of walks around like his shit doesn't sink. I picked up one of these
the nice guys
at the recent Decon. Love it. Another Priscilla piece right there.
Like for that piece, for example, like I just had a vision for a candle, right? A candle that glows. And so if we look back 2 versions ago, actually 3 versions ago, because the version prior to that, the top piece looked like a duck. And so I had to rechange it and sculpt it. So each time, I'm still super proud of it. The initial concept, the resin, you can always find those things that you want to fix. You can always see, but I don't let that stop me. And so I continue and continue. And even with these, I think all of us artists can still be like, oh, I see this, but what is it going to benefit you to, I see this defect in it. And it doesn't. So instead I use that kind of to motivate me to do the next step, to do it again, to try over, instead of just kind of feeling defeated or letting it defeat me. And sometimes it does. And sometimes I'll just have to walk away from a piece, but I know I'm not done with it. I just have to walk away from it.
Well, another thing too, for, as much as you've done and as well, regarded as you are, DXE just said it, you're the reason I didn't quit. Well, you are a champion of other artists, and, we know that firsthand. You're the first one to step in and encourage somebody or, support somebody or collab with somebody or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because I feel like, I think we all kind of have that, like I said, the imposter syndrome, feeling like, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to pull this off? And whatever it is, maybe I've gotten better at this aspect, but this part is something that I'm not very good at. Continuing to try it until it's, better than the last time, I think is huge. Instead of being like, oh, it's still not perfect. It's like, okay, well, it's better than before. You missed it, B. I don't know if you saw. There's my little wooden bow.
I saw it on like my tiny little phone screen, but
were you driving and watching? You just
I might have been.
It's fine. It's fine.
Pizza. What's up, pizza?
Love it. It is so cool. I'm so impressed that was like your first mold, and it's not even a single like solid circle. It's like all intricate and loops and waves, and it's very impressive.
So you I know you 3D sculpt, right? So what is your if you don't mind me asking, like your app of choice? Are you on Nomad? Do you use Blender?
I've only done Nomad. I haven't tried Blender.
And that's a whole nother learning process. Like, especially trying to go from just like sculpting with your hands to, using that, it's completely different. You're building with shapes instead of just like, mashing stuff together. So that's wild.
Yeah, but I think also that's like the other part. It's like so many things can easily intimidate you. And it's like, okay, if I think about it, when I'm drawing, for example, you kind of simplify it to geometric shapes, right? We've got a circle for a face, we've got ovals for the eyes, and so if you kind of take that and just keep building on it, then, you're not going to really be failing. You're just going to keep growing, And that's kind of where, because I look at my initial Nomad sculpts, I didn't print any of those things. They're gross.
They're gross.
You should print them.
Yeah, no, because they got lumps and,
Hey, just do an OG Priscilla show and just show up to a con with only OG Priscilla pieces. I bet you sell out.
Paper towel and spray painted customs. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great. So talk a little bit. We like to learn a little bit about the human behind the artist as well here. So we always ask a lot of, kind of just fun questions that, inquiring minds want to know. So I'm just curious, and I ask this of every artist, during your process, whatever medium you might be working in, are you listening to music? Are you watching streaming shows on the background? And if so, what does that look like? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What's that Priscilla playlist?
So playlist depends on what I'm working on. If I'm sanding, it's got to be something more upbeat, like fast paced. And so it could be a lot of Spanish rock is usually what's going. Trying to think what else. And if it's line work, if it's going to be music, it's got to be something more mellow. So, actually recently Tokyo Tea Room is a new find that we're huge fans of, and super mellow music, super like lo-fi vibes. So
Tokyo
Tea Room.
I like lo-fi. I listen to a lot of lo-fi when
I like it.
Yeah, Red got me into that, the lo-fi.
Really? Yeah, lo-fi
doing Instagram live, so you can play the music in the background and stuff, and it's just chill. It's just quiet music.
Yeah,
Roxon honorary, as he calls it, New Yorkin, even though it's New Yorker. He calls himself a New Yorker now because he's slapped some stickers. He's had some bacon, egg, and cheese. He's had the whole.
I drove with Red. Drove with Red. That's crazy, but I did.
Yeah,
I've driven with him. Yeah,
you've driven with me too. You got a little taste of the rock driving.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, she was at Decon. I picked her and Red up and a couple other people along the way. Nice. We just had a big old bus. Rock's Uber service.
Yeah.
I like it. So what about I've seen I watch your stories and stuff too, and a lot of the times you'll put up some like pastries and sweets and things, and I'm always commenting, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so good, and you're just, it was, thanks. Do you consider yourself like a foodie, or what do you what about food? Do you eat out? What's your favorite food? Do you cook? Because we got a resident foodie ourselves in our chat, ACB. I'm not sure if he's here today, but he always loves those questions.
Oh yeah, no, I love food. So and I have girls, so they can be expensive, especially if they find a favorite. So I have to learn how to make a lot of the recipes. So it's like, okay, we can go a few times, but then I have to learn how to master it. And so usually it's pretty close to what we're trying.
I'm noticing a trend here because it seems like you're a quick study. Everything that you kind of like or want to gravitate towards, you're like, I can figure out how to do this and reverse engineer it and kind of do it myself. And I think that's cool.
Very resourceful.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. And I think that maybe that's part of like my upbringing. We couldn't always afford to do the thing. So it's like, I'd have to learn what the spices were. I'd have to learn certain things. And so that was part of the cooking aspect of it.
And see, I may not do it, but she'll be talking about wanting to buy something, and I'm like, I can make that. I'll make that. No,
he says he'll make it. Does he actually
make it? It could be something like something that would take me a year to make, like a desk or refrigerator. I don't know. And I'm like, I can make that. Don't spend $100
see like
on
a
that.
17-foot sculpture. Oh, I can make that.
No, not art. Not art. We'll use it around the house.
Yeah.
I love it. It reminds me of a meme I seen where it was like, I just bought $45 worth of ingredients to make that $14 Thai dish. And I'm like, yep, exactly. That's me.
Yeah, but that's a creative part of you too. Like that's you got to make that. You got to create that, put your own twist on it,
That should be a shirt. I can make that.
I love your cigar post. That's what I love the most. When you're just chilling, I can just totally picture you in the backyard back there. Just you got your cigar and your whiskey or whatever you're drinking, and just chilling out. Like,
oh yeah,
the day's over. Screw everybody else. I'm just gonna chill. You know?
The girls know when I have cigar time, so it's usually after I've finished a tedious project, or if there's a deadline that I was working on, and that's when I go for it for sure. So I don't get to indulge often, but that's one of my favorites.
Smitty, here. We agree with that. What about color? What's your favorite colors? I mean, we people who know your work probably could guess a couple, but like if you had to just pick one or two colors that you could only work with, or that are your favorites.
I'm gonna guess a color purple too. There's a purple in there.
Mostly pink. Yeah, like a lot of neon pink.
Orange, the neon orange and pink together is so good.
Yeah, for sure, my favorite.
And then you hit it with the little bits of black, you know, and there's that contrast, and it's great. There's been a few things that you've customized in that pink, you know, pink colorway with the black that is just like perfect.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites for sure. The neon, I'm like trying to see if I have any other neon pieces to show and tell. But yeah, no, for sure. I'm always seen in all black, but my room's all pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors. So for sure. Usually my nails are pink.
I love it.
Chad, if you guys have any questions for Priscilla, feel free to jump in and we'll make sure they get asked.
How many pieces are you working on right now, Priscilla, for shows and stuff?
So a lot.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to show and tell for a Friday's showpiece. I have not. I think I showed one person, and it's not all of the piece. It's just going to be one aspect of it. But I did want to show you guys first because I'm so excited.
Let's go. We love the first looks here.
I finished varnishing it last night. Oh, I wish I got a black light set up. Oh, give me 2 seconds.
I got you.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Too bad it doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah. All good. Okay, let's see if we can.
ACB, what's up, man?
ACB, you just missed the foodie question, bud.
Set it up. Okay, so I'm going to show you in light, and then I'm going to show you in black light. So this is for Friday.
Christopher Luke.
Wow, talk about line work. I heard you. I was gone for this part.
That glitter to oh man.
Yeah, so I did the metal flake,
wow,
like they do on cars.
We know Mother's Day coming up, right?
Crazy.
And this is just one aspect. So it actually sits in another piece. And again, I got to that sculpting itch I got to work on. Okay, now the black light. Here we go. Let's see if it'll show.
Oh yeah, it shows.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Is this an auction piece or it's going to go for sale?
Just for sale.
All right. So that means you need to be on the website, right?
It's going to sell out immediately.
Yeah,
that is pretty sick right there.
That is crazy.
And that's one of the. I wish that I need to just practice. The line work, the technique that you use, like with, your Dia de los Muertos, like the skulls that you do, like that's. Somebody asked me to do a custom on one of the skulls that I have, and I was like, I can't do the Day of the Dead. I'm I don't know, too shaky, I guess.
You can though. I think it's just practicing the line work.
Yeah, it's practicing.
Yeah.
And the main thing, like one of the things that I would do is I would use the like for example, when I'm working the brush, you just focus on staying, and the piece is what moves. So if you try that, you do it the reverse, then you kind of have a little bit.
Then I drop it and it goes flying across the room. It's resin. It goes in 20 pieces. Yeah.
That's actually a great tip.
That's amazing, Priscilla.
Do you use fluid acrylic for that, or do you use is that like a high flow fluid acrylic that you're using, or?
I'm gonna open this up. So I prefer to I do use golden. So for these fluorescents, I have golden, but I also have Arteza. So it doesn't matter what paint you use.
Okay, that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. But I have these guys too, and they work pretty good. The only difference is you've got heavier body paints, and so to get the right consistency, I'll add water to heavy body and gesso. So that's my secret. And you're going to end up with the same thing as golden. So you can make a massive, and I have done massive bottles, and it's the same.
So that golden bottles, that's what I use for airbrushing. It seems like when I want to just touch up something with the brush after, it seems like it's too wet. That's when you just add the gesso and it'll thicken it up a little bit, because that seems real watery, the airbrush paint.
Is it like you got a gap in your initial airbrush and now you have to fix it?
Yeah.
It is kind of watery. Yeah, that's actually perfect. But in that case, you don't want to use as much gesso, or you want to use a transparent gesso.
Got it.
So that way it doesn't alter the color that much.
Y'all are taking notes, right? Because I mean, like,
this is classes, and this is like a master class. This is great. That's unbelievable. Other than Craniomania at Isle of Misfit Toys this Friday night, the Christopher Luke show. What else are you? Because Rocket asked what else you're working on. What else do you have coming up?
So that's Gate Deck is this Saturday.
Oh,
so. And like,
gorgeous.
Talking about the imposter syndrome, right? When I see it, I see all the details, right? But you guys just see the overall. And so the cool part about it is when you get it in person, looks way more detailed than what you could see here. And I absolutely love how it turned out. And it wasn't planned. Every time that I'm working on something, it's always like, let's see where it flows. Let's see how, and it just kind of takes on its own life. Like even with this piece, it was all freehand, the Christopher Luke, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I want swirls, do I want, and just keeping it symmetrical. So
yeah.
Gorgeous.
And so that piece, I do want to kind of plug this one specifically. It's a charity show, correct?
Yes.
And the proceeds are going for mental health. And what's the organization?
It's NAMI.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some amazing decks. There's, this one caught my eye automatically because of the color in it. It's just so vibrant and it just reminds me of sunshine. And for somebody that, personally, like I deal with depression and stuff, it's like pieces like this, that it's like, you just bring in that sunshine, it captures, it's just so cool. So you guys check out this show because they have some amazing decks in that show. There's an RWK piece. There's a Z-Pro piece, I believe.
Sketches in it.
There's some great artists in that show on Saturday. So and it's a great it's a great cause. So
yeah,
definitely on that piece. Amazing work.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited for that show. It's definitely, like you said, mental illness is something that we don't talk about often, or I feel like it doesn't, get addressed as often as it impacts people, So I know a lot of people that do struggle with it. And so that's something that I am glad that I was able to contribute my art towards. So
this piece is still available, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but this piece is still available on Isle of Misfit Toys. I never thought I'd get to be in a show with Priscilla. I'm like, that was like a dream come true.
Awesome.
But that show we just had, last month, and her piece is still available, or one of the two pieces is still available. So if you guys are looking for something beautiful to put on your shelf, that could be it right there. Leave my skull alone. That's coming home to me next.
Just bribing people now.
Yeah, right. So you've got the two shows this weekend, and what else behind that?
So after that, for May, I'm actually doing a show with Isle of Misfits as well. This is going to be a platform that I'm super excited to share because she has the bear, right? And she tends to host a lot of bear shows. So I sculpted a bear, and I'm so excited. I think we're still working on the name. I was asking the girls to kind of help me figure it out. Because the butterfly that I did was in Spanish, mariposa, but short for Mari or Mary, which my oldest name is Mary Jane. So it's kind of modeled after her. So the little one, I was still contemplating on, and this is the butterfly for those.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was kind of contemplating the name. It is merging both. So it's the bear and the butterfly together, which I'm super excited.
That'd be great.
I'm going to have a solo show with them. Yeah. And then there is the Creatives show, which is the
June 7th,
wall show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be there?
I don't know.
You should.
I just got my airfare ticket. It was like $800 to get out to Philly.
Rock, you need to fly Spirit. I got me and Eric.
Screw Spirit. You won't see me even going to the Spirit terminal.
B&E don't mind flying with airplanes with no doors and on the wing and stuff.
Won't do it.
me and him round trip tickets to Philly for $315 for both of us together.
All I know is she's like, I bought plane tickets. I'm like, okay. And then we show up to the airport, and it's just like a deserted building with like
sitting in the jumper seats in the back of the plane for the
wing, and I'm just like,
y'all are so bougie, okay? Like
I am. I guess I am because
me too.
I'm not doing Spirit.
Right. Me too, Priscilla. Amen.
Well, for decon, it was the first time that I was going to try to fly with Spirit, and as soon as they shut the doors to load up my carry-on, that was it. And so I got there like 5 minutes after the deadline, and they weren't having it.
Well, and to be honest, that's like a 40-minute flight, if that. It's a quick flight to here from San Jose, so you wouldn't be the seats. There's the Arlux piece. Pull that up again. That thing is sick.
Let's see.
Right,
that's incredible.
So Priscilla, while they're pulling that up, what cons do you know you'll have a presence at this year where people can kind of come and see you in person and get some cards signed? You're kind of not sure yet on the June 7th show, but where can people find you this year?
I don't know that I'm going to go to any cons. I haven't committed yet. I haven't locked in any booths yet. I know that we've got Collected Con, we've got Decon, we've got 5 Points. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see at least one. Well, that would be great. If nothing else, Decon, because I know all of us will be in attendance at Decon this year, and we'd love to see you again. But nevertheless, there's opportunity potentially to see Priscilla in person. So if people are a fan of the creatives, they have their creatives cards, they want to commission you maybe for a DIY card, are your commissions open to people? Can people reach out to you? What's the best way for people to kind of yeah? So
the website does have a spot to purchase customs, and I believe it's either 35 or 40 for a DIY custom. Okay. So that's the piece that Smitty was talking about, the Venom piece, kind of going through. So but yeah, no, for sure. They can reach out to me on Instagram or the website, priscillasarte.com. Where else? Facebook, TikTok. Yeah. All the socials.
Okay. Great. Look at this was truly like a masterclass today. And it's incredible to learn from, and hear some of your process, just because I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but it blew my mind today. I learned so much about you that I had no clue. But if, there's a lot of up and coming people out there that are creative, and, again, we always liken Red as a bridge to kind of open creativity in a lot of people, with those creatives cards. It started, hopefully a little bit of a movement here. I know it did for me, at least. So for people who are in that mindset, maybe they're kind of unlocking, their creative side of their brain again, or they're, they took some time off from doing art and they're coming back to it. Like, what is something you would encourage or tell those people?
I feel like, a lot of the times I'll see, when you get that negative energy or the negativity from others, try not to internalize it. I think that's one of the reasons why I stay so positive about a lot of things. And a lot of my work is I try not to, maybe they're going through something, maybe they said that, or they shut me down, and that's their, so trying to kind of separate yourself so that way it doesn't take over, and it doesn't, you don't start ruminating over what it is that they had to say because they're coming from a bad place. So all that to say, essentially, like, yeah, you can ask for advice. Yeah, you can, reach out to others. But if you get shut down, or if you get something that's not quite what you were looking for, just, that's not my business. That's not my, and I'm going to stay and keep. So just stay persisting, stay resilient, and continue to try your hardest at whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Like, don't give up just because of the fact that one person said, oh, well, you can't, it's like, how many times has somebody been discouraged? And don't listen. Treat it like the imposter syndrome.
Hallelujah. I would add to that too, that, you're all of us in this room in some way, shape, or form have championed somebody else, and you're, you do it in spades. So I would say, try to lift other people up, try, if you see something in somebody, hit them up and champion them, encourage them, give them an opportunity, do something, because a lot of times all it takes is that one door that opens for somebody, and it can set a world of a blaze, you know what I mean? So I think that's something that a lot of people could learn to do a little bit too. And I think that would be kind of coupling that, keep the negativity out and help others, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why I try and stay positive with it, right? It's like, I don't want you to take anything negative from what I'm saying. I want it to be constructive, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I'm trying to support you. So the same thing, right? Trying to put out that positivity.
Well, I mean, as we're going to kind of wrap things up here, what else do you want, to plug? What else do you want people to know or to, message that you want to get out there?
Well, I feel like I love that we touched on, inspiring other creatives to keep pursuing their dreams. So just keep at it, guys. I'm always available. If you have questions, if you want to talk about it or whatever the case may be, you can reach out to me. And yeah, just encouraging each other. I love that.
Sunday mornings too. She does a great job on IG Live of interviewing other artists, and it's another great platform to kind of get to know a little bit more about Priscilla, but the guests that she interviews. So talk about that. Give that a nice plug too. What time, how often, what can people find you on that?
Yeah. So Sunday mornings we'll do an 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll do an interview with an artist to get an idea of the person behind the art. So the kind of how you guys are doing, and just chatting with people and getting to know them a little bit more. So
it's very casual. You do it from, sometimes don't you kind of even do it from like your little porched area or something? I've seen you kind of do stuff from like a very casual. Yeah. Okay. But it's very casual. It's great. Good way to start. Sunday mornings, a lot of times people are kind of just putzing around the house and chilling. Like, turn on IG Live and go watch Priscilla and some dope artists. It's a cool platform, and you do a great job. So
thank you.
Well, guys, there it is right there. Priscilla, I can't say it. I'm going to butcher it. I don't want to butcher it. So you say it. Give it again.
Don't be so official. It's Priscilla. It's P. It's Priscilla.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say the arte. I always
you did it. Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
See?
Do it again.
Do it again.
Just think of it like this. It's like Chef Boy Arte. Like Chef Boy Arte.
Priscilla Arte. There we go.
There you go.
Right. So at Priscilla Arte on the social and on the World Wide Web, PriscillaArte.com. And you've got pieces that people can purchase on the website too, yeah?
Okay. Yes.
Well, go check that out, guys. Priscilla, we love you. Honestly, we all adore you, and we're so happy that you came on. You have, as we say this to every guest, but you have an open door. Anytime you have something that you are excited about, you want to break some news, you want to come back and talk about something, you shift gears and learn another new trait, come back and talk about it. It'll be great.
Well, and Priscilla, I want to thank you personally for always saying yes whenever I reach out and ask, to do shows and the customs and stuff. Thank you very much, because it means a lot to have a huge different diverse of artists, people that have been artists forever to new people to I love that you always just say, yep, let's do it. Let's go. So Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
And thank you guys for having me on today. I had a lot of fun.
Welcome.
It was an honor. Thank you.
Yes.
Priscilla, we'll definitely see you and talk to you soon. Again, we adore you. And guys, go give her a follow. Don't sleep on Priscilla. All right.
Whoa. We can't end.
Oh, hey,
we cannot send her off.
Actually, that was perfect, because I wasn't able to cackle at the wood comment. So
there we go.
I saw you though.
I feel like the wood comment was worse, but all right, whatever.
What?
All right.
Priscilla, thank you so much.
I love
Thank
it.
you guys.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Oh my God.
Get her out before we
screw it up even more. Yeah, before one of us says another wrong thing. My God, she's again awesome, guys. So go give her a follow. She's seriously one of the kindest people you'll ever have the pleasure to meet. If you get to see her at DCon or Collected Con or at the Creative Show or next year, take that opportunity. If you're looking through the pamphlet and you're like, and you see Priscilla's name at a table, go to her table. You won't be sorry. She's so kind. And very, very cool.
I think somebody mentioned it in the chat. I think it was DXE, that you reach out to Priscilla, she messages you back fairly quickly. It's not like she's just gonna lose you in her DM. Like, she's gonna, if you ask her for advice, she's gonna help you out. So I love that about her.
Yeah.
And please, like share this video, share this link to the video so that people who weren't here could see it. You know, there's people that have probably never even heard of DT4, but are fans of Priscilla, or people that love art, you know, and this is the best way to get her name out there, is just to, you know, share interviews so people can see that she's a real person and down to earth. And, you know, that's an awesome way to support her. So we would very much appreciate if y'all share.
Look at DT4_live. We have an IG handle. We're about to hit 500 followers over there, so we'll probably try to talk amongst each other and get a big giveaway together or something. And we've had, you know, in the archives, go back and watch some interviews. Don't be shy, because there are some amazing ones there. So to echo B's sentiments, please like, share, subscribe, and share with a friend. Those are the keys. Maybe comment too. That all helps.
Comment.
The YouTube algorithm. I know you hate that, but
smash that bell,
that
like
notification bell.
Comments do help a lot. Actually, they do.
Yeah.
But people think if it's a live, they don't comment on it. You know, it's weird. If they go back and watch it later, you don't get a lot of live comments. It's kind of, I don't know, works different. But yeah.
Well, I just want to say again, because there's a lot. I want to plug some stuff tonight. I definitely want to shout out again Rock's Bolt Custom Show, because it is coming to an end in person on the 18th. So don't sleep on that. Go to kohitoys.com and look for the Bolt show. And there's like 8 or 9 pieces that are just unbelievably cool that are just still sitting there on the shelf. Don't let them sit on the shelf. Let them sit on your shelf. Go grab those. And some great, incredible pieces, incredible artists. Go support those. Get them on your shelf today. Also, some upcoming shows. Again, I'm a huge fan of Christopher Luke, so seeing that Priscilla piece today, oh my God, I've been seeing the different pieces, and I'm just like, oh, my pocketbook is going to be so sad after that show. But yeah, that's Cranio. It's hard to say. It's a tongue twister. Craniomania. Christopher Luke's Isle Misfit Toys. Also, I don't want to speak out of camp here, so you can correct me very quickly if I'm wrong, but we talked about the World Bear Day pieces. There's still some dope pieces over there. B, is yours still available?
Mine is still there. Yes.
Guys, what are you doing with your life? Get B's piece off and onto your shelf. It's
we don't want E and B to keep flying Spirit or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
God. It's Frontier. I said Spirit. It was Frontier, which is a step up.
Frontier is just
get on a plane with doors.
No parachute needed when you get on Delta.
Exactly.
No, but yeah, there are some incredible pieces. But yes, mine is still up there. So yeah, definitely check out World Bear Day, Craniomania.
So tomorrow when you're buying, or Friday when you're buying a Christopher Luke piece, just dip over to the World Bear Day 2 and grab another piece while you're at it, right?
The skate deck show on Saturday.
The skate deck show for mental health awareness. Great cause, great charity, great artists, including some of our very favorites, as Rock mentioned a little while ago. There's one show that I'm particularly excited about. They were in the chat. I don't know if they are still here.
Yeah, I want to congratulate you on that. Yeah, you're not supposed to be the one doing that. I'm supposed to tell you, good job, Ditto. Ditto's in a plastic pizza show. Yay! Yeah,
it came together in a crazy, crazy way. I can tell you guys, in the green room, but it wasn't something that's been like I've been keeping secret or a tight lid on or anything like that. It was and it wasn't. But anyway, long story short, I'm going to do the reveal. So thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for the kind words. There's Plastic Pizza. So Plastic Pizza and I talked a little bit at Decon last year. He said that he would like to do something with the cow. He wanted to do a cosmic theme with the cow. I said, I'm down. I told him, look, I'm starting kind of off. I'm a little slow. I'm not, I got a full-time job, all the things that don't make me be able to just turn a piece around in a couple of days. Well, this time I had to do that. The pressure was on. I'm proud of it. I will say, after seeing Priscilla's skull, I don't want to show it anymore.
Oh, come on.
But I will show this, and look at a couple things I just want to say. It's not 100% finished. I got to do some final touches on it tonight. It is going to get to Plastic Pizza in time for the show this Saturday over on Pop Shop Live. And it is the 4th annual Plastic Pizza's Pizza for Breakfast. A lot of the theme is either pizza for breakfast or breakfast themed, or pizza themed. And I decided to do, with the help of a very, very good, amazing human being, TJP. He was able to get this in my hands, and I put together something, and I'm calling it Moober, like Uber, Moober, the Cosmic Cow. He's the pizza delivering pizzas throughout the galaxy, and here he is. So,
I love him.
So he's got little pizza vibes to him. The little tentacles, which is kind of what we talked about. He's got a nice little collar on him. So I still gotta do some final touches and the eyes, but he is black light reactive. So let me just show that off real quick, if I may. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, hold on. I don't know if I don't know. I'm not good at this. This is my.
It's always hard to show that type of like glow in.
It's so bright. It's actually so bright the camera doesn't get it right.
The better the black light, the least you can see it. That's crazy. I love the tentacles. They're like that's really
good
cool.
work, TJP, and good work, Ditto, and congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm excited to be a part of that. I'm honored that they even thought of me or asked me. So, Plastic Pizza, thank you so much. I know you're going to kill it. You kill every show over on Pop Shop Live. So, if you guys are interested in that piece or any of the other pieces, go check that out Saturday evening as well. So thank you. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous.
There's a lot of shows. And
I want to thank Plastic Pizza too, because I got a note or a message from them today that my turtle cap sold that I had from I know. Well, that's because I haven't gotten to talk to you today. Yeah, and so it finally sold. So they held on to me for a long time. So shout out to Plastic Pizza for like keeping customs and actually still like selling them and stuff, because sometimes pieces just kind of get lost into oblivion and you don't ever hear about them again. So appreciate you.
It's awesome. A couple other things obviously in the future coming up, but I want to shout these out too. Our guy Jay Martin has been killing it over at Space Lab Studio. He's been doing some amazing shows, First Friday shows, and he's got a few things that are coming up that are near and dear to our heart. So on May 2nd, he's got a First Friday show with Sketch, which is going to be Sketch's first solo show in the Philly area. So if you guys are in Philly or Jersey or New York or drive distance to Philly, go check that out. There's going to be a few shows basically at this same studio that I'm going to talk about right here.
He's got some really cool pieces for that too. I've seen a couple previews of it. He's got some cool stuff for that show.
So go check that out. Will he have the availability if they don't sell? Do you know any details on that?
Yeah. I think Jay's going to have that up afterwards if stuff doesn't sell. Okay. And I know Sketch will too. So
go check that out if you're in the area. You know, I'm sure Sketch would be thrilled to see you go pop in and surprise them, or let them know you're coming. That's going to be on a First Friday show on May 2nd, and then on May 24th I teamed up with Jay to do my very first ever custom toy show with 24 incredible artists. 24 on the 24th, and that is also at the Space Lab Studio. I will be flying out there to do that show in person, but I will also have a Whatnot stream, so that any of the people that have FOMO and can't make it for that show or want to see the pieces or maybe get one of the pieces when they start being shown off. And I'm seeing sneak peeks already. Rock just did a sneak peek. I'm seeing Juju's. I've seen some incredible pieces behind the scenes, and everybody's killing it. Again,
I'm excited. I'm excited for mine.
Just like the Bolt show. It's really cool.
Yeah. I don't know Rock's promo or sneak peek. I need to look at that.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one.
I will say that all 4 individual DT4s are going to be doing a piece, separately. So E's got a piece, B's got a piece, Rock's got a piece, I've got a piece, and then 20 other amazing artists. A lot of them from that Philly, New Jersey, New York area too, and a few that I've never had the pleasure of like teaming up or doing anything with, on any platform. So I'm excited about that, and a couple that I wanted to give a crack, just like Rock and Inktoos and a few others gave me and Plastic Pizza gave me an opportunity this year. I wanted to do the same for a couple other people. So there's some newer artists that maybe hadn't been in a show or something like that. So I'm excited about that too.
Who would have known, Ditto, back in the day when we were talking about your cow before we even made it?
Who knew
that it was gonna,
It's taken on a life force. That's for sure. I mean, I've got some other ideas. I just, again, it's sometimes the ideas are there, and like Priscilla was talking about, you know, I gotta get that imposter syndrome, I guess. I gotta find that and get it so that I can get these things into fruition. But a lot of things piled up in my brain that I'm itching to get out. And then, of course, June 7th, there's the big creative show event with a lot of your favorites that are going to be there in Philly as well. So lots of reasons to go check out the Space Lab and Jay Martin
and
this summer.
And we're getting super close to the creative selling out. I think we're down to 5 master cases, something like that.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
5? So I think
5 or 6. 5 or 6.
Possibly it's down to 5.
Maybe we'll have some good news for the 7th show. Maybe we'll see. That'd be cool.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be damn close, that's for sure, because there's still, you know, I don't know what, 6 or 7 weeks or something like that. So there's time. If you just sell 1 master case a week, guys, there you go. That's all we need.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming up. So anyway, I'm sorry I hogged all that. I just wanted to kind of get some of those things out. You know, otherwise, typically I'll just go first. For me, I just have my Friday night show over on Whatnot, and I've got another really cool one-of-one artist this week. I'm excited for y'all to see. So that's kind of what I got going on. So whoever wants to go next.
Nice. Go ahead, EB.
We have some family stuff with for Easter and stuff like that, so we're going to be out of town.
We may do a pop-up tomorrow. We talked about possibly doing a pop-up, and we've got some stuff to sell for some other people to kind of help them out. So we'll have, you know, some random spontaneous pop-up Whatnot shows, you know, within the next few weeks for that. But yeah, our typical Saturday night show probably will not happen this week just due to Easter and us being out of town and stuff. So, but yeah, other than that, we're just moving on, doing our thing.
Ian B got a lot of pieces and a lot of these shows coming up too, guys. So stay tuned. They've got some great things coming for sure. No doubt. Anything planned for the next Love Bomb piece?
We have an idea of we want to actually make a piece like our own,
our own sculpt,
and our own. We were like throwing around ideas. I mean, it's an idea we've had for a while. So I think once I'm kind of prioritizing these shows, and then we really want to like just go full force and just kind of get that idea out of our head.
We got to stop saying yes to all these shows so that we have time to actually work on
but,
a piece first.
But it's also one of those things you can't say no. You know, it's an honor. It's fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
And same thing, you know, like just like you have those ideas in your head. It's just getting it out is the
you know.
Yeah.
For sure, man. They live in there and they rattle in there and they consume you, but in the best possible way. So when you're finally able to kind of get that out into the world, it's fun. Shout out your new handle, because just recently in the past month you've created the co-brand. So give that little handle out so people can give a follow.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, just we created the Love Bomb Studio like tag just kind of for the pieces that we do together, because you know we both will do customs and stuff or like our own pieces, but whenever we do something separate, we don't want to just say like E Saldana, B Saldana. So we made an IG Love Bomb _studio, and we only have 1 post on there right now, but we're going to be adding to it, and yeah, it's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, and Smitty got my Clutie piece from the Puzzled Piece Awareness charity show, which is really cool. So that should be arriving soon, Smitty. I shipped it out on Monday. So
the bolt was the first collab that you guys did under Love Bomb, right?
So technically it was Splat, the unicorn. For the drone show.
Yeah.
We just at that point didn't have Love Bomb Studio established yet. But that was our first.
Well, it's a technicality.
Yeah. I mean, you've done 2 pieces together under Love Bomb, but 1 post.
Your guys' piece was amazing.
That
piece was so sick. It was so good in person too. So shiny and bright. Like it was cool.
That was fun to work on.
It was a really fun piece to customize. So.
And it's just cool to be able to work with B and just, you know, like throw around ideas. Like, what if we did this? You know, what if we did that? Having that.
And we have a very different style with art, because I'm very messy and very like, don't think things through and just kind of go full force and then go oops afterwards.
Can we just do a reality show? Can you guys just have the camera rolling when you guys do that?
I don't know if you want that. And then E is very overthought. So then he's like, why did you do that? You should.
Well, I have the title for your reality show.
Oh man.
What's called? I'm part of this too.
I'm part of this too. So yeah, but it's good. We balance each other out. He makes me better. He makes me my attention to detail, and I think I kind of help chill him out maybe just a little bit. So it works. So yeah, more things will be coming up soon. We have a lot, we have a lot in our mind, and now we just need to get it out into the universe. So the good news is competition season is over for Maya. Thank goodness. Yeah. So
can I just interrupt and say that picture that you posted of your daughter, and I swear to God, when I looked at it, I didn't know it was her. Like I didn't get that. I thought it was just like an advertisement. B, would you feed that girl some pizza, please? Like
she doesn't eat. We try. She
like she took
like
that.
She's raised up from last year like a string bean.
Like so tall. Like she took up the whole picture.
Now. Yeah, she's 5'3".
That was such a cool picture. That was so good. I don't know who took that, but it looks really good.
I'll show you guys because I'm really proud of her. So this is her. Let me see if I can even get it to show. But that is her on point. She's on point. Anyways, yeah, it's awesome. She's awesome. We're super proud of her. So
yeah,
all the weekends gone that are dedicated to dance is it's worth it. And when you buy our customs, that's what you're going to support. In fact, after Rob J. Bell bought our Bolt, we turned right around that same weekend. I had the bites sell out and the bolts sold out in the same weekend, which was just huge. And we turned around and spent it on point shoes that were like $250 for her for dance. So
I can so feel your pain. Like I went through that with my oldest when she was little. Yeah. And it's a lot of travel, a lot of money. People don't realize that. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. It is. So, but you are investing into our family and our future. And so, and a lot of artists that you're supporting like that, it's the things like that you, when you buy a custom from somebody, that kind of stuff goes so far for so many people. So just, thank you for the community and for supporting us and our art. We can't thank you enough. Right. So, and on that, let's go to Rock. What you got coming up?
I have not had any Whatnot shows in a while. It's just because I haven't had anything really to sell. But I am working on some stuff. My next show will be the 18,000 piece sold on Whatnot. So we will do that show. There's some cool things in the background. There's going to be another colorway of Frank factory piece coming out. There's going to be a remold of Marty. Oh. Marty's been kind of quiet for a while, so he's going to come back as a new character. Still going to be Marty, but he's going to be disguised, and you guys are going to love it. I can't wait to get that done. What was the other thing? Looking at doing a little plush of probably Frank. Nice. So that's in the works, just to do a little plush. The main thing, even if I just do it for my granddaughter, she would love it. So I'm doing some plushes. I'm not going to do a ton. It's not going to be very many, but I'm going to do a plush for Frank.
Fun.
And start getting ready for Decon. So
it'll be here before we know it.
Nice.
It is. It's going to creep up fast.
You were originally doing 5 points. You're not doing any cons in the summer now?
No, I'm not. Definitely not doing 5 points. It's so expensive. Me going out in June for the creatives thing, that's probably my long travel for this year. But I don't know, because I'm taking a vacation. That's the main thing. Is this year I am taking a vacation somewhere. I don't know yet. We're still planning it, but so I'm putting money aside for my nice vacation that I need to take. So
you deserve that. You deserve that.
Are you allowed to take vacation when you're retired?
I'm always on vacation, but I need to get out of Vegas. I need to go. I need to go.
I heard Lake Tahoe's nice.
No, I need to go tropical. I need
Atlantic
to go on a cruise.
Disney cruise. There you go.
Not doing Disney. We're not doing Disney. Too many kids.
I can see Rob punching Mickey Mouse in the face.
my oldest daughter would love a Disney cruise, but we're not doing it. So something fun.
You'll do something.
Yeah, we'll do something fun. But I do appreciate all the support. The Bolt show, you guys all supported that. The lives, everybody jumped on there for that. So I do appreciate that. That was a fun weekend. I am going to be starting to figure out what my next mini show is going to be, the blind box show. what I'm thinking about, since when I first started doing these, not many people had their own figure yet. So my plan is, I don't know how it's going to work out yet, but reach out to artists that do have their own figure. They put their own figures in, and then we work out a payment plan of how they get paid. Okay. So that's kind of what I want to do next, is anybody that has a figure that wants to put one in, there's so many people now that have one. And I think it would be great exposure for the newer people to be in the show. So that's kind of what I got in my brain.
Speaking of Whatnot, Dee mentioned a little bit earlier, but she's got a show next Thursday on Whatnot at 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to bookmark her. I also want to shout out Mouth. He was a previous guest on our show. If you guys aren't following Kick Punch Bite on IG, definitely do so. He's got a lot of really cool stuff that he's been coming out with lately. Digital art. He got the unicorn piece that I'm like absolutely obsessed with.
Without the horn.
Yes, he's got that, working. He's dropping like a planter looking gooey thing on Friday. So
that will be coming in a bigger form too, Ditto. That's gonna make it big.
Yeah, he's really been putting some work in and doing some hours to really.
His new printer is amazing. He's doing an 18-inch Frank for me.
Wow.
To take to the cons. So he's gonna be doing that. He's excited because now he's finally getting to do what he wants to do. Yeah.
You need a Frank helmet.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I expect to see you in dressed like Frank at Decon this year.
No, that won't be.
Furry style. Let's go, Rock. Come on.
Get a whole outfit and have Tucci be.
I might dress up as Bolt, maybe with no face, no eyes, and no mouth.
That'd be terrifying, actually.
I don't know that you could. No, yeah.
The only time I'm not speaking, that would be the only time.
The other thing I need to shout out is that in 2 weeks from now, so 2 Wednesdays from now, is our next show, and we are going to have Jeremy Madd on, who is a art genius. I mean, the guy is designer toy OG, and I'm really excited to get to kind of learn about his art journey because he's a man, I think, of many talents. So it's an honor to have him on. And then, we've talked about some other guests. We don't have a ton lined up yet.
I'm lining one up. I'm lining one up for May. When I went to C2E2, I don't want to name the name just in case it doesn't come to fruition, but I got one that basically said, yes, it's long overdue. I will do it. So something coming in May. I wanted to echo that point though, B. So we are very dangerously close to 500 followers on IG. I think 6 away or something like that. Last I saw. So if we can get that, let's get that this week. Let's do a little push. And if we can get to that on the next DT4, we'll cook up something for you guys. We'll do an on-show live giveaway to celebrate 500 followers on IG. And let's get those subscriber numbers up too, please.
Yeah, we do appreciate you guys that are in here, pretty often and chatting in the lives like that. That makes these lives a lot more fun whenever we have, interaction from you guys. And so, if you have questions that you want us to ask specific artists, let us know. If there's artists that you want us to interview, let us know. We'd love to, we're here for you guys. So just as much as we're here for the artists. So let's, keep this going. We love doing this. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right.
We like exposing people. We like to show people off.
Whoa.
Just saying.
Hey,
you want to follow us over on OnlyFans? There's a whole other show over there.
Phrasing, Rock. Phrasing.
Check that out.
We do like showcasing. I think is a better word. We like showcasing people. All right. Well, I think with that, let's take us out, Rock. What do you think?
Yes, guys. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Please be safe, stay happy, and gosh darn it, guys, be nice to each other. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.